Hey, it's Christy again with Coffee with Christy. We're doing take 2 of this. The sound was really bad, the internet's going in and out, so I thought I would try it again so we would get a good one and it would be shareable later. So again, my name is Christy Shell with Zeal Coaching and you're on Coffee with Christy. I hope you have your hot mug and we are ready for a little inspiration to ignite your life, okay? So here's the thing. Today we are talking about teaching people how to treat you. And this is so essential because it really lowers conflict. We think it doesn't lower conflict, but it really lowers conflict. It lowers resentment and it improves our communication and our relationships when we're willing to teach people how to treat us. All right? So here's what's interesting, okay? So what happens is often when we have a standard, we have standards, everyone has standards, and they are often in the back of our heads or in our subconscious, or we know them, and we assume other people agree and know them and share our values or share our understanding. And they just don't. People do not. And so we literally have to teach them how to treat us. Here's my fun now example. So when my husband and I were first married, we were wrestling around and I hit him. I hit him like I would hit my brother, right? My brother's about 3 or 4, times the size that I was when we were young. And I hit him like that. And my husband now took my hand and he said, "If you do not want me to hit you, do not hit me." Okay? And I'm like, what? So, but what happened there is he was teaching me how to treat him. And I respect the heck out of him, but I felt, a little ostracized, which is fine. But I treated him how I thought, a guy should be treated. And he taught me that is not the way that he wants to be treated. It's so important, okay? And what happens is when we know what these are and we share them with people in a calm and a considerate way, and we're really kind of working to educate them, we're not being condescending, we're not being bitchy or whatever, okay? When we just share our standards, what happens is some people will respect us and some people won't understand and walk away. And the people who walk away are not your people anyway, okay? And so embracing the people who are willing to live to your standards as far as how they're going to treat you is not a lot to ask from people, okay? Now, the other side is there's a balance. You can't get everything always your way, but if it's to the point of disrespect or to the point of you've asked and they are not willing, you also have to be willing to walk away. So it's interesting because we create these scenarios where we think that we have to put up with this. Like we think at work, we have to do overtime. We think at, our mother-in-law can disrespect us or criticize us inadvertently or something like that. Or our daughter doesn't respect us. I was once in a Panera Bread and there was a mom and a 15-year-old daughter or so. And this young child is berating her mother. And it took everything I had not to grab the little girl by the hoodie and be like, "How dare you," or whatever. But the mom was allowing her daughter to speak this way to her. She doesn't have to be physical with her. I remember when my daughter complained when she was little, and I'd be like, "My ears can't hear you. So whatever you're talking about when you're whining, my ears can't hear you." And so, we have ways that we can teach people to treat us. And I just wanted to be like, "Mom," to this mom, like, "Why are you letting her talk this way?" Please respect yourself enough to insist on people respecting you also, okay? And if you can insist on respecting you early when you haven't built up resentment, and when you're not emotional about it, and early on, like nipping it in the bud, is such an important thing. You know, I once worked with a guy who didn't want to, we invited him to an event, and it was a large event, it was going to have many, many people. And he said, Christy, I don't do events with like thousands of people. It makes me really creep out. I get really anxious. I don't do people like large groups. And I didn't know that about him. And instead of getting offended because he didn't want to go or thinking he was crazy, you respect him because he is very clear about what he needs, okay? And so when you tell people that, and when you share with people what you need, and you do it in a respectful way also, people will reciprocate if they care about you. If they don't care about you, then you have to be willing to walk away. Because if you do not walk away when people truly are disrespecting, you've been clear, it's you haven't gone to a place where maybe you need to compromise or balance how you're looking at something. But if they continue to disrespect you and you don't walk away, now they're not abusing you, now you're abusing you. And it is so critical that we don't get into this place where we allow that to happen, okay? So, you know, it could be about quitting a job. It could be about walking away from a relationship. It could be about asking to change departments or leaders or whatever. It could be about, you know, walking into your bedroom and closing the door because your daughter is just not tolerable today, right? It could be any of those things. But being willing to walk away is the critical piece, because we can't allow people to continue to disrespect us and disrespect ourselves in that, okay? Because this is where self-esteem really lowers. This is where we get to this place of accepting that we are not worthy or whatever. And so many of us have been taught this by our families, but many of us have not been, okay? So please respect yourself. Please do these things. The last point I will make is, please don't say yes when you want to say no, okay? If you respect yourself enough and you have standards and you're clear about what those are for you, and then you say yes to something that denies something, one of your standards, then you, again, are disrespecting yourself. If you go to a party and you don't believe in illegal drugs and there are illegal drugs there, and you stay, right, now you have built distrust and disrespect in yourself. So really understand, please say no please say yes or no based on those standards, okay? So again, this is Christy Shell. So happy and honored that you are here and listening again. And we are doing tons of career coaching with high school and college age students. It seems to be the season right now. So please send more of them our way, helping them find out from the beginning who they really are and where they can really have the most success and love their life. So that's what we do here at Zeal Coaching, is we help people rock their lives. So have a great day, and we'll see you next Friday. Thanks.